Welcome to the fourth video in our series on how to market your archery event. In the previous episodes we covered why marketing is important to your event, your USP, crafting that message, and when does marketing start. This week we're going to cover the big three. The big three, what are they? Real simple. The first one is your website, and it costs money, and it's money well spent. The second one is YouTube, totally free. And the third one is Facebook, which is also totally free. Okay, the first one we're going to talk about is your website. You know, the website is your primary form of marketing for a club. Because you can't go out and do all these ads and all that. People rely on their website. Right? And it should be where you spend the most money in your marketing. It's on your website. Make sure you got a good one. Now, the best part about a website is it works 24/7. You know, the vast majority of the websites I've seen, I'd have to say, are either poor or pathetic. Alright? Personal opinion, but that's just from somebody that's had a website, or has a website, I should say, correction. Had it for a long time, paid the people to do it, and I know a few things about it. So, Mr. Know-It-All, what makes up a good website? Alright, a website should do three things for you. The number one thing it should do is get people to join your club. That's the purpose of your website. If you got a website that's just putting out information, dude, you don't need that. We got Wikipedia and everything else. So, primary goal of your website is to get people to join your club. Second purpose of your website is to get people to attend your events. Alright? And the final thing with your website is to build your brand through your USP. Those are the three things. You notice it's not about educating people and all this other stuff. You're a club. You don't need to educate people. What you need to do is bring members into your club and bring people to your events. That's it. That's all your website should be designed to do. Alright, boys and girls, in this next one, we're going to ask some questions about your website. So get a piece of paper and a pen. I'll wait. I'll patiently wait. No, we're just waiting. Just wait. I can't wait any longer. All right. These questions, you got to answer them honestly. All right. First question you got to ask yourself: is your site informational or promotional? All right. Now, if you say it's promotional, then let's go through this. Ready? You need to know how many people visited your website last month. Any website can be tracked. They can tell how many hits, how long people been on each page, how many pages they go in, etc. You need to review those on a monthly basis. All right. Next question you got to ask is, how many inquiries did you get last month? All right. And how many new members did you get last month from your website? Now, if you didn't get any, what does that tell you about your website? Right? So that's what we're talking about. You got to be able to measure it, and these questions will help you measure it. Next thing you got to ask yourself is, does your website list upcoming events? All right? We're going to elaborate on that in a minute, but I'm telling you right now, put it in your little calendar, hidden in some link that you got to go through all these hoops and all that to get to. Does not count. All right? And the last question, or not last, but another one you got to ask is, why do you have it? You know, why do you have your website? What was the original purpose that you made that website for? Did you have it because everybody else has one? All right. And the next one you got to ask yourself, is your website working for you, or are you working for it? That's a big one right there. You know, is your website bringing you people, or you put more time into it just to keep it running? If you're putting all this time into it, it's not bringing anybody into your club, then what's it worth? All right. And the final question you got to ask is, does your website reflect who you are, otherwise known as your unique selling point, right? If it doesn't reflect who you are, you're just putting your name up there and we do this, no, that USP, right? Does your website tell everybody why they should choose you over everybody else? All right, work on those questions, and then we're going to move on to the next point. All right, what should a good website have, right? We all think we know it, but actually it's a lot different what people think. The first thing a good website should do is reflect your USP. All right, you build your website around your USP. The next thing it should do, and this is an order of precedence here, primary thing is your USP. The second thing it should do is promote your upcoming events. All right, it needs to have a video about your club on the main page. It needs to have testimonials about your club on the main page. It needs to have a call to action. And the call to action is trying to get people to join, attend an event, or make contact with you. All right? And the next thing you need to do, it needs to employ the 3-click rule. What's the 3-click rule? Great question. It's from Google. They should get to any point in your website within 3 clicks. If they got to do more than 3 clicks, it's too much time. And 3 is even too much to me. I like single clicks. I don't even like doubles. All right, single clicks to get where you're going. Make it easy to navigate. And the last thing a good website should do is offer packages. Now I know what you're saying. Well, we don't sell stuff. I understand that, but you can offer a package if you don't have this stuff, clothing, right? Merchandise. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. You can offer packages as in shoots. You know, 5 3D shoots, do a package archery, skeet, trap, rifle, things like that, but offer packages. You're trying to engage people. Offer them something. You know, if you got a good club, and I know this is so true because this was so true in the martial arts too, if I could get them in the door, I could get them to join. The hard part was getting them in the door. All right? So having these packages might give you that opportunity to get them in the door so you can sell them in person and get that person to join and make them a member. All right? It's just a way to get people involved. So those are just some of the things. And the primary things, and there's others, those are the primary things that a good website should have. All right. Promoting your events in your website is pretty simple. 1, you do not bury them on your events calendar. Don't even take that events calendar and yank it off your website. No event calendars on websites. Take this from a guy who's done a lot of surfing on the internet looking for 3D shoots. Hit the calendar, got to do this link, go that link, then you just scan through the month, and all it says is 3D shoot, and then you got to click it. Breaks the click rule for one. And it's just annoying beyond belief. And it doesn't help people. People come to your website looking for information about either the club or the events. So why? Why are you burying that information? All right? So what you need to do, take it from a person that's done it, is you need to make a banner, a postcard, a business card, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a web person name-wise, term-wise. So it's right there. It's prominent. It says the name of the event, date, click here for more information. Nice and big one. You switch it every month, right? But it's prominently displayed right there. So you got your club title here, right there. Boom, there it is. So all they got to do is click it. When they click it, it sends them to a separate page, an event page, just for that one event, not listing all your events on a big page. Each event needs its own separate and dedicated page. Now, what should you have on that page, right? Well, it's pretty simple. You need a description selling the event, all right? Notice the word selling. We're not just giving them a dry thing. We're telling them why this is going to be a great event. Got to be honest to yourself. If it's not a great event, don't blow it out of proportion, right? Telling them why it's going to be a good event. You need a USP for that event, right? You should tell them why they should come to your event. There should be testimonials about that event. And all the information they need to know. I mean, everything. Start time, end times, cost, number of targets, parking, every little detail that you can think of how to get there needs to be on that page. And one big thing you need to have on that page is a video of that event so they can actually see for themselves. Because people learn more by seeing than by reading. because they can't grasp it, all right? So making that separate page is going to be a little bit of a pain. But now you're going to see how we're tying these things in, hopefully. Remember what I said in the last video. Every event needs a name, and you need to hold it around the same time every year. So you make that page one time, you save it, and all you got to do is change the date. Your times might be the same, and all that, you just change the date that you hold it. So you always have that page saved so you don't have to keep redoing the work. And it'll build recognition. This is not easy stuff, but it does pay dividends down the road. YouTube. YouTube's another way to promote your events and your club. Right? It's also free and it'll work for you 24/7. That's the beauty of the internet. It never sleeps, never takes a break. Right? So, YouTube's not really advertising, but it is advertising. It's not a dedicated, it's off to the side. Now, here are the videos that you need to have on YouTube. Club video. You need a video that tells everybody about your club. That video has to emphasize your USP. It's got to be geared towards making people want to join your club. So you need to show little snippets of your different events. You don't have to give no tour of the clubhouse, none of that crap. Some pictures, positive pictures, good looking pictures of your grounds, your clubhouse, events, right? That will help. And testimonials from people that have been there a long time, new people, not just old people, young people, kids, everybody. Put it in there. Don't make it too long. It shouldn't be more than, I would put 5 minutes at a max. Most people don't even spend that long on it. 3 minutes would be a good time. Work on it, but make sure you got a good video about your club. Alright, the next one you want to have is videos for your different events. Now, once again, if you go back to the other ones, each event needs to have a name, and if you use the same name over and over, you don't have to make so many videos. Now, on the video about your event, you need to have the event USP. Alright, now if you don't know what a USP is, you're in deep trouble. Go back to the second video and learn about it. Alright, now, on the video about your events, don't put any dates. Make it a generic video. That's why we put a name for our event, right? We name our events so we don't have to put dates on it. We run at the same time every year, so we can use it like that. Now, the one thing you do need to have is at the end is give them a link to your website so they can get more information about the shoot. Now you see how we're putting the things together? So our USP for our club and our event gets into our video, which links into our website, which brings them to you. We're trying to get them all. We're trying to funnel everybody into one spot. Event videos are going to take some time. All right. Again, you don't have to make them long. I say about 3 to 5 minutes. The next videos you need to have are just plain simple testimonials. But Greg, you said you have them in each one. That's right. These things are going to overlap a lot. Right? I want you to have testimonials about your membership and events. And you link them to your website. And you can put them on your website so if some people don't want to read, you can go look, video testimonials on your website. They click it, it'll be the YouTube video. That's the reason we use YouTube, is we can store our videos on YouTube for free instead of on our web hosting company, which charges you for memory. It's a nice way to get around it. All right, so testimonial videos. Testimonials are a big deal because people take other people's words more, even if they're members, than they will the websites for some unknown reason. And the last ones you should do, which should be on the bottom of your list of priorities, is educational videos. But Greg, you said don't have an informational website. That's right, that's your website. But you can have educational videos, and they can be linked on your website. Because the reason for it is you want to reinforce the image that you are the authority on the subject and that people should come to you first and foremost on that subject over everybody else. All right? Don't get too complicated. Make them for the very beginners. All right? It's a great way. You don't have to do a lot. Remember, this is on the bottom of things, but it's something nice to have. And it'll also draw people. Every video has a link to your website. We're always trying to drive them there, right? Even on these. For more information, visit our website at bing. All right, that's that one. Now let's move on to the next of the big three. Facebook. It's another medium that's on 24/7. It works for you 24/7. Right? It's free. But in order for it to work, you're going to have to work it. So when people go on Facebook, you have to have a page, obviously, right? You make your club page. The first thing they're going to see is your cover and profile photos, right? So when they click, it's going to say right there. It's the first thing they're going to look at. So we got to pay some attention to that. You just can't throw any picture up there. The profile photo, the little one in the corner, should be your club's logo. Now, spend some time and make a good one. Don't just take a picture of a patch or things like that. Make a good image of that photo. Then your cover photo needs to set the tone as to who you are. So choose it wisely, all right? And make sure that your photos are the proper size. It's the other one. So when I say about an image of who you are, if you are a rod and gun club, don't just put a gun picture. All right? If you got Photoshop, you can blend these pictures together. And just make it a good, stylistic, artistic thing. If you look at it and you can get that feeling like, yeah, that's cool, that's what you want to use. All right? Don't just put too many clubs just put some generic scenery picture that has not even of their club. All right? Don't do that. We want people in it doing an activity. That's what you want. All right, your page. What should your page be about? Pretty obvious, right? But I can tell you so many clubs do this wrong. The number one purpose of your page on Facebook is to promote your events. Remember that. It's not about this or that or making a political statement about the Second Amendment or the SAFE Act here in New York or anything like that. Keep the politics out of it, all right? Make it about your events, how much fun you're having. And you can talk the politics at the event, but don't do it online. That's all I'm saying. All right? The second thing is you want to drive the people to your website. Once again, that's what everything works around your website. Your website is like the sun, and everything else is the planets rotating around it. So we got people from YouTube being driven to our website, people from Facebook being driven to our website, and your website traffic should go up if you do all this properly. All right? So those are the primary things. It's about 1, promoting your events, and 2, driving people to your website. That's it. That's what it's about. All right, so what should you have on your website page? We talked about the 2 things, but we got to get a little more detail into it. All right. You need to make, if you got a website page, you can create events. Believe it or not, don't ask me why I did that. You can create events. Make an event, and then it's how you can do it on there. It's real simple. You just go off the side, you click it. By doing so, you can track it and see how many people you have reached. So you can see if things are working. Now in the event, you can also have links to your website and a video about it. See how we're trying to bring it all in and together? We're trying to make things work together. The event thing's pretty cool because you can do a lot with it. You can give directions. You can give all the information. Now, if you got an email account, you can email the link out to it. It's a great way to do it. So start making your events an event on Facebook. All right, so we know Facebook is about bringing people to your event, bringing people to your website. We know if you do have an event, an archery shoot, you should make an event on Facebook. And then you can track it and do all that stuff with it. But how do we get the word out? Well, the secret to working Facebook is you have all the members of your club share that event. There's a little, on the bottom, you just click it, says share, and it puts it on their timeline. You can do that. That is a great way. So let's say you personally have 200 friends and you put it on yours, that's 200 people. Now, if each member of your club had maybe 100 friends and you got 100 people, well, that just, do your math and you can see how many people. But that's how it gets stretched out. Remember what we said in the first video about marketing. Just because it reached somebody who doesn't actually do it or benefit from it, doesn't mean it wasn't effective. Maybe they know somebody that was. Maybe they'll forward it off to somebody else. So have everybody in your club share your event. Now the second thing you can do is if you go into all the different groups in Facebook, like the traditional archery, this archery, 3D archery, and that, put your event on there, share it on there. Yeah, it's going to take a little time, not much, but once you get them down, it's a lot easier. So that's the primary way to do it. You know, social media, it's pretty simple. It's all about sharing, right? Members share it, post it in all the groups. Now, in those groups, don't just do the archery ones. You got your local town ones. You got your activity ones. Don't limit yourself to what you can post it to. You got buy, sell, and trade. You can sell tickets to it. One way to get around it, right? But put it in as many groups as you can possible. And that is how we're going to get the word out on Facebook. All right, today we talked about the big three: your website, YouTube, and Facebook. Remember, the primary goal of all these is to get people to go to your events and to go to your website. Everything rotates around your website, like we said. Your website needs to be easy to navigate and have your events prominently listed on it, not buried, prominently. When they click it, it goes to a dedicated page for just that one event, not all of them thrown together on one. And that page needs to be good looking, professional, with tons of information, testimonials, and a video about it. All right? YouTube and Facebook support the website. Those two should guide people into your website. And your website should be the place where you sell them about it. All right? YouTube videos, we need them on our club. We need them on our events. We need testimonials. And the last one, possible if you want to, it's totally optional, is informational. On Facebook, we want to watch out for those pictures, right? We want our club logo for the small one and make one that reflects your club on the main one. When you have a club one, we want to keep it dedicated to events. And when you have an event, we're going to create an event, right? So you can track it with a link to your website. And then you're going to have all your members of your club share it, and you're going to post it to as many different groups as possible. All right? And that's just the big three. If you keep doing those, that's the minimum that you should be doing. And that's like the foundation, the cornerstone, right? So you got to work those. Get those three set up. The first one you need to focus on is your website. But you notice you can't really do the website unless you get the YouTube videos done first also, huh? Because then you won't have any videos. But you can get it set up and add to it later. All right? So work on the big three: website, YouTube, and Facebook. That's your cornerstone of your marketing. All right, boys and girls, that's it. Episode 4 is in the can. Now, episode 5, we're going to go into internet marketing. But Craig, isn't Facebook? Yes, but now we're going to go outside the big three. All right, we're going to show you ways you can promote there. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next week with the next episode on marketing on Archery 101.